Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We're doing our Going Gold call tonight. We're so excited to have you. So this is a rank that a lot of my team is pushing for. And I just think it would be awesome to kind of do an overview. There's some of you that are pushing for gold, some of you that are pushing for senior gold, but really it's all the same thing. So we're just going to kind of talk through some bullet points of how to get there. So the first thing is, I want you to realize you do not necessarily need business builders to go gold. Okay? Yes, it will make it a lot easier, but you don't need them. I pretty much went gold by myself. It was hard, but I pretty much did it because I had a lot of momentum in the very beginning of my business. But it would have been a lot easier had I had a couple builders, which I didn't find until later, which was totally fine. It's not ideal to do gold by yourself, but you know, it happens sometimes. So I want you to think about the rock star that you're looking for. Who is that rock star? Who is that builder? And I don't mean like specifically, I mean like personality wise. Like when you're thinking about, I wish I had someone that blah, blah, blah. I wish I had so-and-so because she's got blah, blah, blah. I want you to be that rock star. I want you to take on that persona of what you're looking for. I've always said to my team from the very beginning, there's nothing I would ask you to do that I'm not going to do myself. I'm not going to, tell you guys, well, you need to host Sip and Seas and me not do one. That would be terrible coaching. That would just be hypocritical. And we're not doing that. Like if I'm going to ask you guys to do something, I'm going to do it right along with you. So I want you to be that rock star that you're looking for. If you want somebody that's, messaging and doing IPAs, make sure you're doing your IPAs. Make sure you're messaging people, being bold. It's really easy to tell people like, get out of your comfort zone. But if you're just like sitting in your box, that's not going to show them. Let them know like, hey, listen, I messaged a chicken lister today and I was scared to death. Okay, my thing is always like, barf and send the message. And I will tell my girls like, okay, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to send this message. Pray for me. Send. Let them know. Like, I have to step out of my comfort zone still too sometimes. Some things we can be doing that will help us on our road to gold is we have to be posting every day. I know it sounds, kind of simple, maybe a little silly. And is it really going to make that big of a difference? But it will. Facebook has terrible algorithms anymore. They're always changing and it's a pain to keep up with. But the best way for us to stay on that curve, ahead of that curve, is to be posting every day. I will at most do 2 Plexus posts a day, at most. I try to only do 1, but you need to post 3 times a day no matter what. So I usually follow this, either scripture or a quote or like an inspirational little blurb as one post, a personal post, something that's going on with me or my family or vacation or something. And the third post would be a Plexus post. That does not mean that it says anything about Plexus, but a Plexus-driven post. If we're doing that, then we're staying on the newsfeed and we're staying current. Okay, we want to be popping up. The other thing we need to be doing is posting 3 times a day and being social on Facebook. Okay, it is social media. If we're not liking, commenting, interacting in Messenger with other people, they will not see our stuff. That is super frustrating. Something really good you can do is an engaging post, which I know a lot of us do. So, for example, I needed a new vacuum. So people love to give their opinions, you guys. Love it. People that never comment on your stuff ever will comment on your please give me your opinion post. So I simply was like, I'm sick of dog hair. I need a new vacuum. Go. And my Facebook blew up. Now, the catch-22 with that is you have to like and comment back to every single person. It can be a little time consuming, but that is letting you know who is seeing your post. So if like Sally over here comments but doesn't like or comment any of my other stuff, That tells me she's seeing my posts. So she's a silent stalker. And there's plenty of them. So doing an engaging post every now and then, or once a week maybe, will let you see who is watching. Don't be afraid then to start a personal relationship building message with her. Like, hey, thank you so much about recommending your Dyson and blah, blah, blah. Then the conversation starts. And now you're engaging more with her in Messenger. So you're gonna be popping up more on her newsfeed. So it kind of works together. We have to be social on social media for it to work properly. Another thing that we can do is have events. Whether you're doing a sip and see in person. Okay, sip and see does not have to be some extravagant network marketing home party. Okay, it can literally be 3, 4, 5 friends testing a pink drink, sitting around talking. That's about it. It does not need to be a big deal, guys. But sip and sees are fun, and it's a good way to talk to quite a few people at one time in more of a private, intimate setting. So they are super fun. Sip and sees. We can do like an online launch party. They're kind of fun. It's kind of like a virtual sip and see. You can send out samples ahead of time if you want, and have a launch party. It's something, just like a Zoom call like this. You give testimonies, product info. They do their own sip and see at their house while they're on the call with you. It's something super fun. It's an event to get people to. We have VIP Zooms, inviting people to those. Online events, inviting people to those. They are going to help you get to gold or senior gold. Another great thing, you have to do this, okay? When you are pushing for gold, when you've hit silver, you're pushing for gold, you are now on your way to have a fully functional business, okay? There's plenty of people in this business, in Plexus, that go silver that want nothing to do with the business, and that is totally fine. People go silver to get their products covered or help get their products covered, and that's fine. We love those people. But if you have determined that you want to be gold and you want to move on in this company, you have to set specific goals. It can't be like, so I'm just gonna, I'd like to be senior gold maybe sometime in the future. Specific, guys. There's 2 types of goals we need to set. There's the must-haves and your crazy scary one. Your must-have is basically something that has already happened. It's written in stone. It's already happened. You're just waiting for your points to catch up. You're just waiting for your cruise credits to catch up. It's already done. In your mind, you're done. My mind, we are an Emerald team. It's already happened. I've seen it. It's done. We're just waiting for points to catch up. That is my must-have goal. Our team will be there. We are getting that green gem or jewel. We are done. It has already happened. So if your goal is to be gold, your must-have is you are gold. It's done. There's no changing it. It's written in stone. This is my must-have. I am gold. I have a gold team. We are rock stars. End of story. No one's taking it from you, and no one's changing your mind. Your crazy, scary goal would be, which we sometimes call them like your what is it? Big, hairy, scary goal, something like that. Big, ridiculous, audacious goal is brag, I think. Yeah? Okay. So your brag goal is something insane. It might seem like it's a little out of reach and it might be a little crazy, but I would rather you set a brag goal and go for that and land among the stars somewhere than to just be like, well, if I sign one person this month, that'll be enough. No, we want those big goals, okay? We've set like team goals of 60 enrollments and we land at 40. Guys, I am not disappointed in that at all. Like, that's 40 enrollments in a month. That's insane. 60, brag goal, huge. Let's do it. If it happens, awesome. If not, we're landing among the stars. Okay, that doesn't mean like you set it and then you kind of like have that mentality, because you still, like, that is your goal. You're doing it. So I want you to have 2 specific goals. Write them down. Say them out loud. This is something that happened to me between gold and senior gold, okay? I got stuck. And I often say it's super easy, and I still do this sometimes, and I have to like change my mindset to look at other people and think like, man, they just like soared right to gold, or they just soared right to senior, are they emerald already? First off, don't ever compare your journey to someone else's. Second, if you are stuck, there's a lesson to be learned. There's a reason you're stuck, and there's a lesson to be learned. It's not a negative thing that you were stuck. It is just something you need to learn, work your way through, get over the hill, and keep going. When I hit gold in September, October. I did not hit senior gold until January or February. I was in a rut. The lesson I needed to learn was I was focusing on points. I was counting points. I was back office stalking rather than focusing on duplication. When that switch went in my head and I realized what I needed to learn from being stuck, I was unstoppable. I knew I need to duplicate. I need to pour into my team. I need to tell them exactly what I've been doing, show them exactly how to do it, and it will keep happening. Stop counting points. Stop focusing on a rank. Get over it. It will happen. They will catch up, but this is what you need to do. So if you're stuck, don't feel like you're just, you get to that point where you feel like you're that hamster in the wheel and you're just like, I'm working my tail off and nothing's happening. I'm working my tail off. There's something to be learned. So sit down, open your mind, think about what you've been doing. What is your main focus? What is your priority? Because there is a lesson to be learned there. And being stuck is not always bad because you're going to come out of it better. There's some tips on going gold, the fastest and best way to do it. You have to get 20 people in your first 3 levels. They either need to have 20 people in your first 3 levels. They have to have 100 PV. Okay? Welcome packs do not count towards going gold. In going silver, they do. Going gold, they must have 100 PV in their order, 20 people, levels 1 through 3. Now, we always talk about the power of 3. You get 3, they get 3, they get 3, they get 3, you have 12. You want to think going wide. You want to go wide. Why? Because you're prepping your business for higher ranks. 2, if you have 4 people, 5 people level 1s, and they all go 3, you're up that many more people. Go wide. You can only go down to level 3 for gold. So even if you have a rock star on level 3 and 4, 5, and 6 are booming, you still won't be gold. You need to go wide. You do not ever stop building your own personal business. You pour into your teams, your level 1s, your 2s, your 3s. You do what you need to help them, but you always do your own IPAs and you always grow your level 1 base. Getting your people silver is huge. Why? Typically, people that get money in their hand do not quit. Typically. That's not to say it doesn't happen. But if you sign someone up and they have interest in going silver, they get that money towards their products next month, they're more likely to hang around because, hey, that was easy. Like, I really didn't do anything. Getting people silver. It's going to multiply you by 3. It's going to give them a little bit of incentive to like, hey, maybe I can do this. That little push of hope and inspiration, like, that wasn't so bad. They stick around longer. That's another number for you. And when you're pushing for this, you need 20. Another way that can really fast track you to getting gold is to get your newbies qualified. Welcome packs don't count, but you can get them a customer. Okay, if they're talking to people and they're like, I don't really want to commit, and let's just get you a customer. Do you have a friend that wants to try the pink drink? 75 PV qualifies somebody. Just get them a customer. Another thing you can do is learn about the products. Now, I urge you not to drown yourself. Don't get on YouTube and spend 3 or 4 hours learning about products and drowning your brain in all the science and the ingredients. Pick a couple products here and there. Basically have 1, 2-liners about each product. So when someone asks you, you have something to say. I don't know everything, every detail, every ingredient about every product, but I've made sure that I know enough that when something comes up in conversation, I have a decent answer. I know what I'm talking about. I'm confident. If I need to find out more, there's nothing wrong with saying like, hey, I'm going to get that to you. I'll get that right to you. Just give me a second. You know, a messenger, sometimes we feel that pressure of having to answer right away. We don't have to. If we had to answer right away, they would call us. Same thing with text message. Like if you text me, that's not, I don't have to answer right now. But if you call me, that's a little bit more pressure. So take the time. If you need to look something up, look something up. But have a couple one-liners about each product that when it comes up in conversation, you're confident enough to say, oh yeah, like Ease is great for inflammation. It's a 2 enzyme kind of thing. So if you take it with food, it helps with digestive inflammation. If you take it on an empty stomach, it services your whole body. It's pretty cool. Easy as that. All you need. 1 2-liners. So, and the last thing I want to talk about is intensity. Okay. A lot of times we talk about momentum, and that's the word we use. Intensity is a little bit different. Okay. Wanting this business is not working this business. If you are going to be gold and senior gold and ruby and, you know, whatever rank you aspire to be, you are going to need intensity. You're going to need momentum. Things, you know, we talk about the snowball going uphill. We're pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. When we get to that top of the hill and it starts to go down, momentum picks up and it just goes. Okay? Something important with our the way our ranks work is we all know attrition stinks and it's not a word that we like to hear. But if we can keep momentum up, as the bathtub is emptying, the faucet is on, and momentum keeps you ahead of your attrition. There's always going to be people that fall off. It's going to happen, guys. It stinks, but it happens. You have to keep your momentum up. You need to be intense. You're building wide on your level 1s. They are duplicating to your 2s and 3s. And your momentum keeps going. Attrition is going to be there. It always will be. But your momentum will be faster. Your intensity, your desire to push on will be more than your attrition. So I would say again, wanting your business is not working it. You will come across a lot of people that want this business. They want to be senior gold. They want to be emerald. They want to go to Maui. Everybody wants to go to Maui. But who's going to put the work in? Who's actually going to sit down and message their Franks list? Who's actually going to make a Franks list? Like, let's just be honest. That can be a job in itself. So there's a difference in wanting this and actually working it. If you are pushing for gold or senior gold, you have to be working this business. You're going to keep your intensity up. You're going to keep your momentum up. You're going to keep your blinders on. You're going to keep your head down. You're going to have your goals set. No one is going to tell you any different about your must-have and your crazy goal. We're going to cheer you on. No one is going to take that from you. You have drawn your line in the sand. This is what you're doing. This is how you're going to get there, and you're not going to stop until you do. So I just want to encourage you guys. Going gold is huge. That is a big business step, and it's definitely one to be celebrated. So I hope that you took something from this Zoom tonight and that you feel a little bit more comfortable in setting a plan to go gold. And I cannot wait to celebrate with you with that announcement. Have a good night.